Hey everybody, it's Lo and welcome back to my channel, Lo Without Limits. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about mushrooms. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. In my imperfect produce haul, which I will link down below in the description box, I got an oyster mushroom and got out my notebook to talk about all of its benefits because a few months ago, maybe almost a year ago now, I took a mushroom course through FourSigmatic online, and when I went to go link it in that video, it no longer exists. It's not even on the FourSigmatic website, it's not on YouTube, it is nowhere. So thankfully, I took some notes when I took the course, and I figured I'll just share that with you since it isn't really anywhere else. And of course, that course was taught by the founder of FourSigmatic, and this video is in no way sponsored or anything by FourSigmatic. I just really liked all the information that I learned, and I feel like a lot of people should know this information, especially if they're going out and buying different products and buying the different adaptogens that are out there. I feel like you should know a little bit more background, at least on the mushrooms. So I did take some notes, and I just want to quickly share with you everything that I learned. And of course, if that course ever comes back, I'll be sure to link it because I really liked taking it. He linked a lot of different articles in science journals and TED Talks and all these different things. So it was really, really interesting, but I'm just going to do that in like under 10 minutes, hopefully. So let's get started. The very first note I have is that humans actually share 80% of our DNA with fungi. So mushrooms are a part of the fungi species, just as there is the animal species and the plants and everything. So fungi is its own thing. It's not a plant necessarily, and we share 80% of our DNA with it. And they are also polysaccharides, which is the science way of saying many sugars. The first one is reishi, and he calls this one the queen of mushrooms. And sorry if I'm looking down and reading the notes. I don't have it all in my head. So it helps you calm you down. It's very grounding. It's very relaxing. And this one they have in just a regular reishi thing and in this like hot cocoa with reishi, which I love. I take it at night and I'll like drink that one. So it's like a nice little hot chocolate at night. It's obviously not super sweet or super sugary like a regular hot chocolate, but it's so nice. I warm it up with some water, some almond milk, and then just sip on that, and it's so nice, and I just go straight to bed after. Of course, I am also narcoleptic, but you know, just any reason to have chocolate. So it also has antihistamine properties, detoxes the liver, helps out with candida, and it's really good in the afternoon and evening since it is so relaxing. Maybe not the first thing you want to have in the morning. Then it goes on to chaga, which is the king of the mushrooms. So you have reishi and chaga are the king and queen. So chaga has a lot of antioxidants. It's also the highest source of melanin, which is good for your eyes, hair, nails, all that external stuff to make you beautiful. So it's also really good for your gut health and digestion, and it's high in minerals. So it's also very uplifting. It's the opposite of reishi in that sense. Like it gives you a lot of energy. So that one is good for in the morning. They also have it like with a coffee, but if you don't want to have coffee, then just chaga alone is a really good adaptogen to wake you up. So chaga and then reishi, the king and the queen. The next mushroom that is talked about is CORDY-SEX, which is pretty interesting because they're actually not grown on the ground or on trees like how any other mushrooms are, but they are rather like grown on these insects, like they're come on the back of insects, which we saw like photos and videos in the course, which I thought was just crazy. So it is a strong energy booster, has really good properties for the lungs and energy because it increases your VO2 max by up to 15%. And it increases your blood circulation and improves respiratory issues. And because of the blood circulation, he actually called this one CORDY-SEX. So like CORDY-SEX, but like X. So that one is also good for the morning because again, it's very energizing and very uplifting. So chaga and CORDY-SEX, like the two C's for when the sun rises, and then reishi for the evening time. Next up is lion's mane, which is basically the adaptogenic version of a stimulant like Adderall or Ritalin. So it's the safe nootropic smart drug. So while people are popping pills that maybe they shouldn't be popping, they could be having lion's mane. So this one I like to think like it makes you like big and strong mentally and everything, just like how a lion's mane is. So this one is also high in polysaccharides, and it helps regenerate nerve growth factors, which are proteins that help rejuvenate brain, and they help actually with Parkinson and Alzheimer's disease. Next up is shiitake, which is actually one of the most cultivated and studied mushrooms out there, and it's also one of my favorite ones to eat because it's much easier to cook than any of these other like fancy mushrooms are. So of course there's like the classic baby bella that you can find at the grocery store, and then shiitake mushrooms. And sometimes I like to splurge a little extra and get the shiitake mushrooms for my food and for my meal preps because they are high in amino acid proteins. So they have 7 of the 9 mandatory amino acids in them. They're also high in enzymes and minerals which will help your thyroids. And it is also the only mushroom with lentinan, which helps you with your energy and blood circulation. So this one also helps with your liver, and it helps with your cholesterol. So if you're gonna be making mushrooms for dinner, maybe go to shiitake instead of just like a baby bella or portobello. Although all mushrooms are good. To me, mushrooms are like onions. Like I want them with everything, I want them in everything, I want them on everything. If someone can just make me like a sauteed pile of mushrooms and onions, I would be a very, very happy girl. Sprinkle some garlic on there too, you know, might as well. Next up is mitake, or maitake. Mitake? Maitake. Anyway, it is called a dancing mushroom in Japan, and is one of the best culinary medicinal mushrooms, and is high in polysaccharides. It helps balance your blood sugar, helps with diabetes and managing your body weight, and helps heal your GI tract. So these ones I've actually never seen in the store now that I think about it, and I've also never had them. But they do have them in but FourSigmatic does sell it in a matcha latte, so like that's really good, but I've never had or cooked maitake mushrooms myself. So maybe that's something I'm gonna look for next time I go to the store. Probably like some fancy store like Erewhon would have them. I go to Ralph's, you know? I'm a Ralph's gal. Next up is turkey tail, which has lots of polysaccharides, and it actually has been involved in a lot of anti-cancer research. And it has polysaccharide peptide, which is also highly researched, and it helps regenerate white blood cells, which ward off infections and help you stay generally healthy. And it regenerates bone marrow, which helps with your joint health. And if you are going to be searching for mushrooms on your own, turkey tail is apparently the easiest one to find when you're out there looking. I've never tried, but I know that they do have like shroom hunting groups that you can join and like find some in your community. So maybe one day I'll go hunting for turkey tail. And then last but not least is oyster, and in nature they can actually clean up oil spills. This I talked about when I got it in my imperfect produce box, and in my box that came this week I got it again because it was actually so sweet and so good, and I've never had it before except for the last time that I had it for dinner with Clemens, and I was just so surprised at how good it was. So I really, really liked it. And other benefits again is that it has kojic acid, which will help reduce skin spots. It can grow on coffee grounds. It's high in iron, zinc, B vitamins, especially B6, which is a mood booster. So again, this is another happy mushroom without being like the shrooms, you know. When I took that course, there was so much more information that I took notes on. I have pages of it, and of course I just quickly summarized all the different mushrooms and all their different benefits, but there's so much more. So again, if that does ever come back online, I will be sure to link it and share it here. But that's just a really quick run through of everything that I learned. I was off work for a few days, so I think I just went through the whole course in like 2 days and broke it up. But you can take it however quickly or slowly that you want, and I really appreciated it, so I do hope that it comes back on. But until then, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what your favorite mushroom is and what you want to see more of on my channel, and while you're there, be sure to subscribe because I upload a new video every Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.